So hi Mathias.
Hi Ed.
We're here on the ACL booth in the Alex 4 room, which is lovely and quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect ambient.
And you've got the Sinfonion, which is a voice controller, right?
It's actually a pitch controller.
Okay.
It controls the pitch of up to 8 modular voices, and it's very musical and very harmonical.
And it's got a lot of buttons, which is always nice.
Yeah, the reason is it's meant to be playable. You know, it's optimized for live situations. If you are more into programming by a complex sequencer, if you want to make live improvisations,
Okay.
then it's the module for you.
So talk us through the kind of patch that you've got set up and how the Sinfonion is working within that patch.
Yeah, so the basic idea is a bit like in a band. You know, you have a couple of musicians. They all to play together in the same scale. Let's say in C minor or whatever. You go through chord changes, and this module does this for your modular. So you have 3 quantizer channels. So you can quantize 3 independent voices to the same musical scale. Then you have a chord generator with 4 voices. And the arpeggiator is a kind of mini sequencer for small arpeggios which controls the 8th voice. And all these voices play together on the same scale, but they needn't necessarily play the same notes. So for each channel you can make different selections which of the scale notes should be played.
So can we hear it in action?
Yeah, okay. Let's start with the chord generator. I've prepared. You see here we have 4 pitch outputs. These 4 cables output control voltages for these 4 oscillators. They are mixed together and through a filter and some effects. And what we hear is currently all voices play unisono. Because in this chord section I've just selected the root note. So if I add, for example, the 5th, 2 voices will begin to play. The 5th, I can add 3rd, 7th maybe. This is what most chord generators in Europe do. They make this root 3rd, 5th, 7th approach. But as you can hear, if I change, for example, I remove this 7th and play 9, you get a totally different sound. The nice thing is in a live situation, you can improvise with the voicings. You needn't worry about harmonies because everything is always related to the scale. It always sounds kind of good or right.
You just got to tune all those oscillators now, which is sometimes can be easier said than done, right?
Yeah, but there are many modules also with that have 4 oscillators in one module, so it's quite common now that people have many oscillators. So people have bigger and bigger systems and more voices, and that's the way to go. Of course, you needn't play a pad. You also can make rhythmic situations, or you can have different envelopes for all of your 4 voices. The module just controls the pitch, doesn't create any audio. So I have the complete flexibility. It's also very precise, so the pitch tracking is absolutely precise to the millivolt, which is important if you play with many voices, that you need an exact tuning, otherwise it gets muddy, you know. So let's go into one of the quantizer channels. We have prepared some voices here. I make this a bit down. You see, make this a bit. So this voice is now quantized by channel 1 and plays some of the notes from the C minor scale. Currently we have selected root, 3rd, 5th, 7th and 9th. But if I can make it simpler just by removing a couple of the notes, maybe just the root note. Now if I like, I can change the scale, you know. Can change the root note or I can change the chord quality with this.
And is that going to affect the chord channel as well?
Yeah, of course, of course. For example, now we have major. We have a diminished chord. And now if you like, you can use a built-in sequencer for sequencing through a chord progression. Let me see. For example, here we have prepared a chord progression made of A minor, B7, F major and D minor. I can step through it manually with the arrows, or I can simply use the clock to go through it. Now you're free to improvise, you know, with the chords, with your voices. This third voice, we hear the arpeggiator. The idea is you make a selection of notes. For example, let's make classical triad, and we can select a pattern, like always go upwards. The range selects how far it goes up, and this is the total pitch. Just a simple variation of the note selection changes your music. Maybe some drums.
Great stuff. So, is it ready to be shipping, or is it got a little bit of work
From
still?
what I have heard from the production, it's going to be shipped in July, roughly.
And then,
So-
do you have a price kind of point on that?
The price in Europe is €960, I think.
Excellent, Mathias. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.